I'm Richard Clarke. I record these talks every day as a way to deepen my inquiry. Listen each day and deepen your own practice. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 601. G.V. Subramaya, an Andhra devotee, mentioned something about time. Maharshi, what is time? It posits a state, one's recognition of it, and also the changes which affect it. The interval between two states is called time. A state cannot come into being unless the mind calls it into existence. The mind must be held by the self. If the mind is not made use of, there is no concept of time. Time and space are in the mind, but one's true state lies beyond the mind. The question of time does not arise at all to one established in one's true nature. When G.V. Subramaya asked a point about time, Sri Ramana Maharshi responded by asking a simple yet profound question. What is time? His answer points to the idea that time is not an absolute reality, but a concept tied to the functioning of the mind. He explains that time involves a state, the recognition of the state, and the perception of changes affecting it. In essence, time is the interval between two perceived states. However, these intervals and the concept of time itself exist only because the mind creates and recognizes them. Ramana goes on to highlight that the mind, which perceives time, depends on something deeper, on the self being the unchanging reality, the unchanging being and consciousness is not bound by the mind's concepts like time and space. The implication is that time only exists when the mind is active and engaged in creating distinctions. Without the mind, there is no time. When the mind is absorbed in the self, or when one is established in one's true nature, the sense of time dissolves entirely. To understand this practically, consider how time seems to vanish during moments of deep stillness or meditation. In these states, you aren't caught up in the usual flow of thoughts about the past or the future. Instead, you experience something timeless, what Ramana refers to as your true state, beyond the mind's working. The dialogue challenges the belief that time is an independent and unchanging reality. Instead, Ramana points out that time is inseparable from the mental activity that perceives and labels it. For the one who transcends the mind and abides as the self, time is irrelevant. Such a person experiences reality as it is, timeless, changeless, and free from the limitations imposed by the mind. In practical terms, Ramana Maharshi's teaching encourages you to turn your attention inward and inquire into the nature of your mind and its constructs. By doing so, you may glimpse your true nature, which is beyond all concepts, including time. This insight is liberating, as it reveals that much of what you experience as limitation or struggle, including the pressure of time, is a product of the mind and not an inherent truth of your being. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. In 40 verses on reality, Ramana Maharshi explains the nature of the self, the ultimate reality, and self-inquiry. My new book, with my comments and inquiry questions, opens these teachings up and brings them into your practice and experience. Available now from Amazon. Link in the video description. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment.